All right, it's pretty early Saturday morning. I'm having my coffee, looking at a couple of videos, and decided I just noticed Jerry's video about his 2017 Arnold Classic picks, predictions. So I figured, what the hell? I've been meaning to make one too, so I'm just gonna copy off him and make one. But it's, but of course, mine's going to be my own opinions. And what about that lineup this year? Very exciting, isn't it? All right. Okay, it's not exciting. It's not exciting at all. In fact, I'm going to be there at the expo, and I don't even think I'm going to go to the bodybuilding show.
I don't have time.
Anyway, no disrespect to the athletes that are involved and have gone through all the sacrifice, putting their health on the line and doing everything they've done, depleting and running their frigging kidneys half-ass dry and whole 9 yards to appear. No disrespect to these guys at all, man. They put in all the work and time and everything. But I don't know. Bodybuilding, maybe it's just my age or whatever. Years have gone on, maybe passed me by. It doesn't really. What's that? It sucks?
No, I said spectator.
Oh.
You're not a spectator.
Yeah, I've never really been much of a spectator for almost anything. That's true. Yeah, if I'm competing, I'm down. And that's been with anything. I don't go watch fights. I don't, you know. If I'm engaged, then I'm all in there. But if I'm not there, I can't really sit in the seat and watch it a whole lot. Anything, not even bodybuilding. Bodybuilding bores the living shit out of me at a bodybuilding show. You couldn't find. It'd be hard pressed to find something that could bore me more. Sitting around watching paint dry or something. Maybe I don't know.
It's a lot of waiting.
Yeah, it's just too much waiting. It's just, Jesus Christ, what a boring fucking night. But now there is one piece of really interesting, an interesting event, a little piece of information that I've recently become aware of that I wasn't aware of because, like I said, I don't really follow it a whole lot. And that's Will World Harris is going to be at the Arnold. And so I think there's like one video that Muscular Development, I think, has a video up. And you might want to go check it out. It's a little interview with Will interspersed with clips of him training now. Like recently, this week, getting ready for this Arnold. And here's the deal, man. Will is 55 years old. Now go look at this video and tell me he isn't a freaking monster and that his aesthetics and proportions aren't probably better than they've ever been. Looks that way to me anyway. So right off the top, man, I got to pull. I'm rooting for Will. I'm rooting for Will Harris, man. I'm hoping I can catch up with him and talk to him sometime at the Arnold. I'm rooting for Will Harris. I know you guys I think you already have thoroughly seen Will Harris. You're familiar with him. You know what he looks like. You got him placed in a little box. But no, this is an older, more muscularly mature Will Harris. And then you also have to consider just with all the years and years of experience and training and knowledge that he has, all of this just compounded together. And it looks like it's delivered just probably, it looks like he's on course to bring his best physique ever. Proportion-wise, he looks incredible. Incredible. Small waist, small joints, huge full exploding muscle bellies, back from here to, back as wide as Texas. I mean, he looks incredible. So I'm excited about. That has sparked some renewed interest. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm really excited for that. It would be so awesome. How cool would it be to see Will Harris at 55 come on stage and spank some of the younger guys? That would be just incredible. So I don't know. We'll see. It's all going to come out to, what he looks like on the day he gets on stage. I got to say that there's countless of guys that you see clips of. Usually it's pictures. Clips, you actually get a little bit better look because you kind of can see around them a little more. That you see in advance of a show and they look just off the hook. And then day of the show, whatever has happened in between doesn't quite work out right. look like a different guy. But he looks just incredible. So, Will, freaking congratulations, man. You deserve all the comeuppance and all the applause and adulation for clearly the incredible amount of work you have put into this to be able to bring that physique to the state that it's currently in. Just incredible, extremely impressive. Hats off to you, and I'm absolutely rooting for Will Harris, 100%. Now, is that likely? No, it's just not likely, just because you got a lot of factors going on there. The unknown of what he's actually going to look like on stage, of course. What he's going to look like in the lineup next to other guys, of course. All these things can make a huge difference. And then even if all that comes out right, then you still got to remember that, the politics. Now, people can tell you that there's no politics, but there's politics. There's politics, man. There can be people tell you, oh, there's no politics. There's plenty of politics. I've experienced it. I know guys that are judges, that have been judges for decades, that will tell you that there are politics. There are politics, believe me. I know specific examples and times and places and dates, but there's no need to go into all that, but there's politics. So, what are they going to look at him? Are they going to put him next to these guys and actually judge him just on that physique? Or judge him as Will Harris, who's 55 and been around a while? I don't know. Who knows? So we'll see what happens. So I'm pulling for Will Harris. Who else we got there? Got Dallas McCarver. So probably, I'm going to talk to Jason about it. Jason being a young buck, up and coming thoroughbred. I would believe he would be rooting for McCarver, because he's of the new generation, and that's where he's at. Who else we got? Barecki, Lino. Incredible physique, awesome physique. Just waiting on his day. Is this going to be his day? Don't know. Who else we got? Cedric McMillan. Probably, other than the unknown of what Will's going to look like, I'd say Cedric's probably the most aesthetic guy that's going to be there, in that size range. So, Cedric, if he can get dry enough, I think that he's a clear threat, no question about that. But besides Will Harris, let's keep it real. Just me, my own fucking opinion, I don't have much interest in that show. So let's move on to the 212. Now, 212 is where the action is. I think that 212 has been where the action is for quite a few years now. And I've always said that. 212 is the class. So, and you got a couple of my friends are competing. You got Guy Sister Nino, who's just had an incredible physique forever, it seems. And, of course, Jose, good friend of mine, very good guy, Jose Raymond. And Jose, I think it's his show. Not to take anything away from, what's the gentleman's name? How do you pronounce the Japanese guy's name?
I forgot.
Yamagishi. How do you pronounce his first name? Hidetada Yamagishi.
I thought you were going to use it a lot earlier.
He has an incredible physique. He's another guy with an incredible physique. Who else is going there? David Henry, incredible physique. Lots of experience, lots of maturity, good physique. But I got to say that, Jose, he's just in a different class. Jose is like ever-ready bunny. He just keeps pushing on. He's an energizer. He keeps pressing on, and somehow he still manages to refine and improve year after year. So I think kind of he's at the borderline now where he's got so much mass, so much muscle packed in on that physique that I'm not so sure that he can keep on going at that rate. I mean, he can still make refinements, but I don't see where he's got any room to gain any more muscle and still keep that waist down. Any more muscle and he's just going to look like a block. But he's the freak show. He's the gritty guy. He's the mass monster of the crowd by far. He just has this brutal density to his muscle. So I don't see who's going to beat him. I don't see it. He's an incredible poser. His poses are incredible. His performance is great. And he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's charismatic. He's funny. He adds spice and excitement to the air. So, what's not to like? I say Jose Raymond for the win. I would love to see Guy up there somewhere. Because I think Guy is a good dude. I remember there was a picture taken, George took it at George's old gym, and it was Guy and Jose and myself. So, these guys being consummate professionals and having like every little detail down about their presentation, it's just a off the cuff thing, just a candid shot. Hey man, let's get a picture. And we just turned, and I was working out, or they were working out, and we just walked over, and we were in the same area just talking. George came over with a camera. So we just turned to face the camera, and so, I just hit an arm shot. But that's all. It wasn't like I'm contemplating what's my best shot, what's my best angle from here, how am I turned too far around, am I going to look narrow, turn this far compared to these guys? Am I thinking, these two guys, being consummate pros, they just are so comfortable in their space that they boom, hit what they had to hit, just totally, and leaning forward and shit, just completely out-angled my ass and dwarfed me. Which sucks, guys. But, when you're that good and you're that sharp at what you do, what can you expect? Anyhow, maybe we'll get to do that again. But now they're in contest shape, so that's not a good idea either, right? Yeah. Made me look bad then, too. So maybe we won't. Anyway, I think they're both awesome guys, and I think Jose's going to win, and I'd like to see Guy place very highly. I'd like to see Guy up there. But like I said, you got David Henry in there, and of course you got Hitada, and he's I think that his back is not quite what Jose's back is.
I think it's easy.
A couple smaller details, but he's up there, and anybody can be off any given day, so it depends on who's in shape then. Now, of course, Jose, he's pretty much mastered it. When do you see Jose not on the money? When do you see him not basically spot on? You don't. So, read him and weep. It looks like Jose for everybody else. Me, I'm happy about that. I think that's cool. But anyway, I think that the 212 there's more excitement in the 212. If I were going to watch any of the shows, it would be the 212 class just because it's more exciting. So that's it. That's all I got to say. Having said all that, I'm going to close this out, and I'll be back in a little bit. Have an awesome morning.